headline, you a footnote, baby. I write the rules, you just quote them, maybe. They throw dirt, but I bloom like daisies. Pressure make a queen, can't faze me. Walk in, shut it down. Bossy with a grin, I ain't waiting on respect. That respect built in. When they see me, they salute. Cause the crown legit. And if you try to block the shine, you dismiss, bitch.
Raw G, stand tall, can't break me. Don't fall with me, don't fall with me. Bad black queen, whole world gon' see. Don't fall with me, don't fall.
Yeah, I'm a storm in Chanel, hurricane and some hills. Turn struggle into billions, manifest what's real. You pressing for a crown, sit back, chill. I was born in the throne and I've been no will. They whisper my name cause they know it here. Heavy talk slick on the net, but in person not ready. I'm the fire and the flood, can't box me in steady. Raw G, no cage, yeah, my aim too deadly.
Raw G, don't play with me, don't play. Queens run the board, checkmate, you see. Talk loud, but your moves too weak, too cheap. I'm the nightmare you fear when you go to sleep. Raw G, stand tall, can't break me. Don't fuck with me, don't fuck with me. Bad black queen, whole world gon' see. Don't fuck with me, don't fuck with me. Diamonds on my wrist, mine sharper than a key. Don't fuck with me, don't fuck with me. Step in the room, all eyes on she. Don't fuck with me, don't fuck with me.
Hey, boo things. How y'all doing today? All right. Oh, I hope y'all doing good. Let us put a little background track on. Now, we are gathered here today, honey, because Laila Ali said, oh, you thought I emptied the clip, but I didn't. Laila Ali said she gonna show you the stamina. She said, if you want to get these 12 rounds in these videos, honey, we're going to go round for round, pound for pound, and I'm going to spank that. All right? So we're going to look at it, and we're going to review. This is a live reaction, honey. I didn't even watch what Laila Ali had to say today because I wanted to give you guys a honest reaction. All right? So all day long, I was over here like, oh my God, I just need to know what she said. But I was like, I want to give my audience my true reaction. So let's just get into it. Like, what are we waiting for? What are you waiting for? Okay, let's begin.
Just as I promised, I'm bringing you part 2 of Set the Record Straight. Now, if you haven't already watched part 1, I suggest you go back and do so you'll understand why I needed to go to these lengths to lay the truth out once and for all. For years, I've been characterized as unsupportive, as being a hater, envious of her success, and as someone who disrespected her so badly. Now, in part 1, I discussed the past, what was said from both of us on both sides. I showed the brunt of what came out of each of our mouths. Nothing was twisted, nothing was taken out of context, just the truth of what was said. I also showed how she even tried to use my father's name to discredit me. Pretty unthinkable. Hopefully, you went and watched the full versions of the clips I shared in part 1, just as I suggested, because they're on YouTube. Now, I want to take just a second to thank those of you that left supportive comments. Even if you judge the situation wrongly and see the truth now, I understand how it may have seemed. Multiple people have reached out to me privately, sharing their experiences, and are so relieved that someone finally exposed the truth about how she operates. Now, I know you know my style by now, facts versus feelings. Like I said in part 1, I'm not about the he say, she say. I've stayed focused on the exact allegations that were made against me, and I showed you the directly related receipts. Now, part 2 is about the present. She always repeats the same tactics, just in a new situation. We're dealing with the same person who plays the victim card, makes up lies, deliberately twists my words, and creates a false narrative. Look, she fooled the public before, so she feels like she could just keep it going. Now, before I get into part 2, let me just remind you who we're talking about here.
Jump right to it since you brought her up. Laila Ali.
I always knew that Laila was intimidated by me, you know, And she may have not ever said nothing, but I always knew that she questioned who was the better fighter between me and her. But I always knew that she questioned who was the better fighter between me and her, because I have a better amateur background and now a better professional background. So I know that she always kind of felt a little threatened, but from when I first met her, I always knew that, she don't love boxing.
What does being the GOAT mean to you?
Of course, it got all the accomplishments and, all the belts and everything like that. But it also means, to me, just making a blueprint for the women that's coming up behind me, the original way.
There's a lot of girls who use boxing to promote their with their modeling career. To be in a magazine or something. But I use boxing for boxing. And it promotes, and boxing is my brand. It's just like, I'm not trying to use boxing to promote something else, to help me with something else.
I'm really building a blueprint where I can tell other girls, listen, if you do this, this is what can happen. Yeah. If you build your brand like this is the direction that it can go. If you build it like that, it can go this way. I feel like I just want to get somehow, if it can be figured out, what is it that the brands look for in an athlete to where I get the $20 million payday to represent, one of these big brands or something like that. You have to have I don't know if it's a certain look or a certain tone or a certain,
I think if you
story,
just continue to be you.
Of course, being a great person, being a great role model. Marshall a bitch, that's it. She's a bitch, and she's gonna keep being one. She's a hater. She wish she was me. She wish she had the belts, the gold medals, and she don't want to be me. She wish she was black and everything. It's just sad.
I tried to tell her in the past, brand deals don't come from pretending to be someone you're not. They come from character, integrity, and consistency. That's the work she needs to do.
Ooh, and Laila opens up with the haymaker. Now, I'm going to tell you, Laila Ali. Ooh, 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 ooh. I don't even know. That first 4 minutes, hey bad dog, that first 4 minutes alone, that's gonna be something really hard for Claressa Shields to fight against. She literally used your own words, side by side imagery, and I have to say, Claressa Shields is a pretty girl. One of my commenters says she's a handsome woman, which is fine. She's a pretty girl, but she has going from, super athletic in her bag to super, extroverted, very much hair, very much makeup, very much giving body yada yada, very much walking the red carpet. Now, I don't know how much of that is the influence of the relationship with Papoose or who she is deep down inside, but I can say that for a while she's been doing her little rapping and her little singing and stuff like that on her social media feeds. But this a hell of a open. This a hell of a open. Let's continue.
So while she's tried to paint my success beyond the ring in a negative light, the truth is I've accomplished what I set out to do in the ring, and I moved on to build a life and a career using all of my other talents. Now she's acting as if she's an expert on how to build a brand, mentoring others on it as if she has all the answers, when in reality, she's still trying to figure it out for herself. And she's doing this because she wants to figure out how she needs to look, how she needs to act, how she needs to talk, who she needs to become in order to make some money and get some brand deals. Okay, let's get into this. She's decided to once again call me out with a $15 million challenge. She's using the same playbook as last time, taking something I said, twisting it, and turning it into a false story, then going on a PR campaign to promote it. Let's take a look at how this all came about. I recently co-hosted a historic women's boxing event on Netflix, the Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano trilogy fight in Madison Square Garden. Millions of viewers tuned in, and there were great matchups on the undercard. Now, after the event, I did an impromptu interview to discuss the fighters and how electrifying the night was for women's boxing.
And both of the ladies have so much to be proud of. They're both great warriors. And this is a big night for women's boxing. And hopefully it's just the beginning.
And she threw a 1-2 every single time, but that 1-2 was going straight, and she was already over here.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's okay.
But I know where you're going with it. We can easily pick either of them apart, right? But the thing is, I think Amanda was trying to just be busy. I'm almost done, guys. Last question.
Yeah. Last one at Claressa Shield. There's rumors that you're gonna come back and fight. What? Everybody's talking about it.
You know, the rumor that I heard was that I said that unless somebody had 15, 20 million, don't even call.
Turkey has that money. Turkey's gonna step aside.
I said, unless somebody calls me and says they have it, we're not even gonna have a conversation. I'm not trying to come back and fight. But if someone offered that kind of money, I would actually have to think about it.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, what I didn't find out until later was that the questions that I kindly answered were going to be turned into a calculated headline created for clickbait. Not the first time this has happened. Ever since I retired from the boxing ring, I've received offers to come back. Everything from exhibitions to fighting whoever I want and me naming my price. I've never really been just sitting around seriously trying to come back to boxing. I have a TV hosting career. I speak on stages around the globe. I have successful companies that I own. I'm a wife, a full-time mom. I'm raising teenagers. I'm busy and fulfilled. During that quick fight blog interview, I addressed the rumor that the interviewer brought up. He had his facts wrong, so I corrected him and I said I wasn't trying to make a comeback. But if somebody offered me $15 to $20 million, I would have to think about it. Who wouldn't? That's a lot of money. But saying that I would think about it and saying I would actually do it is not the same. Words matter. After he posts the video, he
she has a point, but Claressa said, I got the $15 million, so what's up? Now, you did say you would think about it if somebody offered that type of money, which she did. But let's see where Laila gonna go with this, because she could have simply said in this moment, and I hope she does, if that wasn't enough money and it wasn't enough money for me to fight her. I hope that's what she says, but let's see.
Start sending my business partner text messages, literally trying to negotiate a fight without my knowledge.
Ooh, now they went up to 18 mil. Ooh, she want to fight her bad. Damn, she want to fight her bad.
Knowledge or consent, while at the same time, my team was being inundated with a barrage of emails and text messages and calls from her team trying to make a fight. Now at this point, it started to feel like a money grab scheme. Next thing you know, about 6 days later.
Now, Laila, be for real. Be for real. Money grab scheme where they trying to pay you $18 million. We're not gonna do that. Now you was cooking. Now you fading a little bit. We in the second round, you fading a little bit. If somebody's offering to pay you $18 million, what is the money grab for them? Of course, they're gonna get paid to promote the fight, but they're paying you. They're not trying to scam you to come on out. They're like, okay, well, 15 million not doing it. What about $18 million? That's how people negotiate contracts. And you know this because you're a business owner and you've been a boxer before. Your dad was a world recognized boxer. Like, I see what you're trying to do here. Not cute, but let's continue.
So the same fight blog puts out the fake check video. You can go watch it on YouTube.
What's up, Laila? You trying to fight? I'm the GOAT. I bet 50 million up right now. Where you at? Speaking of GOAT, have you tried my new GOAT seasoning? It's knockout blends with spices and herbs. Don't try to get quiet now. Yeah, that's what I thought. Have you guys seen my new cooking show? Episode 2 drops on Friday. Meet me in a ring. Honey, I already got one of those. You know what? I'll find somewhere else to fight. Who want a piece of me? Oh, my ears are ringing.
That was hilarious when I saw it, and that's exactly what's been going on. And you know what? Rosie, that super talented young lady, is a comedian. You can go check out her Instagram page. Now, that was her perception of the situation. She's actually a fan of both of us. You can go to her page and see that. She wasn't taking sides. She's just doing a funny reenactment of what she perceives to be going on. And this is exactly why it's so important to me that we carry ourselves in a respectable manner, because young girls are always watching us. So while all of this foolishness was
But okay, are you gonna get to the point where you substantiate the claims that the check was fake? Because so far, it looks like that Claressa Shields offering $15 million was in fact valid, and the people that were funding that $15 wanted to raise it up to $18 million based on the text message that you showed. So let's go back.
He posts the video. He starts sending my business partner text messages.
Fight hype here. Our interview is performing exceptionally well and gaining traction. Regarding the Shields Ali bout, Claressa's team has increased their offer to $15 million. I am confident I can secure $18 million for Laila. This represents a significant opportunity. Please let me know when you're available to discuss the details. Now, words do matter. You can interpret this a couple ways. That Claressa's team had $15 million and he was going to add $18 million to it. Or he was going to secure another $3 million based off of the hype around the videos. Either way it goes. If he was trying to negotiate a deal, then the check wasn't really fake. What we doing? What we doing, Laila? I know you could come better than this, girl. I know you could come better than this, girl. Don't tell me you put your best stuff in the first 4 minutes and the rest is not going to be... I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, sis. I know you got it. I know you got it.
This foolishness was going on. I was overseas on summer vacation with my family. She was once again calling me out, twisting the story of what I said on the Fight blog. Then she says it was another golden opportunity.
I was very shocked to still see her even speak of me, speak of me, speak of me.
There goes the twist. I did not speak of her or mention her in that interview.
I've been let that dream go of fighting her a long, long time ago. But when
you kind of did, though. Because when that man asked you about the rumors between the Claressa Shields and you fight, you said, I don't have any intentions of coming out of retirement, but if somebody offered me that type of money, then I would have to think about it. You could have simply said, I don't really have a comment on that situation. I don't want to touch it. You have media training, so you know that that's an acceptable answer. So to act like you weren't speaking on her is not actually accurate based on your own evidence in this video. But let's continue.
And I seen that, I'm like, you know what? Another golden opportunity to make a fight with me and Laila Ali. Got it? If she want 15 million, we got 15 million. Take this 15 million and come get your ass whooped.
Do you think she even wants to fight you, or do you think that she just threw that number out there just to save face?
In a way, sometimes I think she tried to price herself out, but it was like, it's better if she just don't say anything about that. You know, it's better if she say, oh, I'm retired, I'm the best, you know, be on that high and mighty high horse that she's always on and stay on that. When you get off that high horse and now you realize that you're normal, because you are, she wants to try to make it still seem like she's somewhat relevant in women's boxing.
Oh my gosh. I didn't mention her. I clearly said I wasn't interested in making a comeback, okay? But she's out here running her own storyline.
No, because if you weren't interested in making a comeback, it's I'm retired, I retired on top, and it's a full stop. When you, out of your own mouth, start bringing up numbers, I know you want to twist the narrative in the storyline, well, that's a large amount, so who wouldn't want that type of money? But that's not what it is. Like, two things can be true at the same time. You wanted to be fully retired, which you are. You wanted to stay on top, which to a degree you are, but you also did entertain the idea of someone offering you that type of money, because you're like, who wouldn't think about that? That's a lot of money. That's not somebody that wants to stay retired. That's somebody that will come out of retirement for the right price point. So, like, she's not an angel, but neither are you, Laila. Neither are you. Let's continue.
And once again, it was never gonna stop. Let me just say this. There is no way in my prime, with all the accolades, that I'd be trying to prove that I'm the greatest by being obsessed with fighting a nearly 48-year-old retired fighter who's been out the ring almost 20 years, while in the same breath claiming that she's irrelevant and she's untalented, while simultaneously coming up with $15 million for her within a matter of about 6 days. Please make it make sense.
That's not a flex, Layla. Because Jake Paul and Mike Tyson just had that fight. Right? Because George Foreman had fights with, I believe it was Evander Holyfield. Because Tyson and Holyfield fought when there was major age gaps. Like, you're trying to play to the black female narrative, the black female attitude to your black female consumers. But the reality is, you spoke out of turn. You low-key threw an offer out there. And within 6 days, this woman came up with $15 million. You're not going to take a poop on her. We all know $15 million is not easy to come up with, and especially not in 6 days. So show some respect. She never said you weren't talented. She said you're not effective on women's boxing, which by your own admission, you're not, because you're retired. Because you're fulfilled. Because you have no desire to be in the boxing community. This is what you've just said out of your mouth in the 10 minutes that we've watched. So are you really trying to take a dump on her like that? But we're supposed to be representing respect and classiness and be classy based when it comes to our sisters? I would have more respect for you as a person, as a professional, as an influencer, as a personality, if you simply say, yeah, I was talking my talk that night. I didn't really mean that. And if she's mad about it, I don't care. But for you to say that she's jealous of you, envious of you, and you are now, after all of these years, spending all of this time trying to debunk and disprove who she is as a person and discredit her as a person, low-key, you're giving credence to what she's saying. Because you had no desire to be a YouTuber. You didn't have any content on YouTube before video 1. And now video 2. How many videos are you going to put up about Claressa Shields if she's supposed to be obsessed with you?
So she continues on her one-woman show, proceeding to try to bait me out of retirement. She's on social saying that she's the greatest now and she's going to put me on my back. She's going on national shows spewing her usual narrative and saying that I said that if she came up with 15 million, I'd return to boxing.
You come out and say, oh, the rumor I heard is if Claressa got 15, 20 million, then I got your 15 million. Now what?
You call it a bluff. You call it a bluff, Claressa.
Yeah, and we are still.
Let's be clear. If Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco is like you're calling her bluff. Yeah, it was a dog whistle for an offer. Agree to disagree. Non-debatable. See, if you had a small speck of intelligence, you would understand what it means to fish an offer. Sure, she didn't put one in writing. Sure, she didn't send anything over to Claressa's team like, hey, pay me this amount of money and we'll box. But she damn sure fished one out there. And she damn sure is using her interaction with Claressa right now in order to have an argument. Oops. But you know so much. Oh, I forgot, anybody in the chats and the internet could be a whole fucking business mogul and they never had no business dealing with no boxing people. I have. Damn. Anyway, let's continue.
Waiting to hear a response.
What would you be proving by fighting and ultimately beating her if you went in there with her?
Just be proving to her that I'm a better fighter than her. That's all that really matters to me.
Do you realize now that this girl has been shadow boxing this whole time? I'm not in this with her. She has something to prove, not me. This is in her head.
It's about the disrespect that she gives toward me. And I worked my butt off to get to where I am without having a famous father to get to where I am and to raise the bar for women's boxing. That's my issue with her. And if we were to fight each other in our primes, I would have still won. I would have knocked her out.
That everyone knows this woman has not been able to bust a grape up until now. It's actually hilarious to hear her talk about knocking me out. She'd be better off saying she'd outbox me or she'd run me out the ring or something like that. But knock me out? Imagine that. No, really, imagine that. Look, I get it. She's obsessed with my knockout percentage. But at this point, She needs to stop promising these knockouts and focus on her own strengths, because that's not one of them, and that's okay. So I ignored her PR stunts the same way I always have. They never got a response from me regarding a fight. So
damn, so what she said this time that got you so much in your feelings then? If you were so above it, what did she really say this time, Laila, that got you underneath your skin? See, some people lack the intelligence, even though they're supposed to be urban news and sports channels, to understand that sometimes it's a hype. They still iron out the details. They could be potentially trying to pitch this to a pay-per-view or something like that, just to see how much engagement and interaction that they get from the viewing audience at large. Which makes sense because Laila's never been on YouTube before. See, getting 500,000 views in 12 days, and I'm sure this will get another 500,000 views, if not more. Claressa getting all the views that she got on her video. I didn't go back and check the view count. I absolutely didn't. Sorry, Claressa, I've been busy. But, you know, and if she does a response to see what the numbers look like, what do the stats look like, what's the demographic, what's the engagement. See, that sets the price for a boxing match on a pay-per-view, on a global platform, because they can kind of do a rough estimate using formulas to determine what to set the ticket price at, to determine how much revenue they will generate, to determine how much they can actually put in a purse for either one of these ladies. But y'all so busy with the hype, and especially when it's grown-ass men that's supposed to be sporting experts, thinking that they know so much, want to diminish and belittle what a woman has to offer as far as commentary on the sport when they ain't doing no content. It's beyond me, for real, for real. People need to shut up. But let's continue. I like both women, but I wouldn't come back out of retirement just in case she do knock me out. Child, and for her to say that she wouldn't bust a grape, if she wouldn't bust a grape, why is she the undisputed heavyweight champion right now? See, that's the disrespect Claressa Shields is talking about. Because I don't really recall Laila making no waves because the opportunities weren't available for her. I think Laila probably is nervous to fight her a little bit because Claressa got it. She's younger and faster. Exactly. And I mean, didn't your father run a couple people around the boxing ring too? So it was good enough for him, but if she do it, it's a tragedy. Laila, you slip hanging girl. Let's continue.
then she decides to throw a couple more lies into the story.
Hey Claressa, how you doing today?
Laila and her representatives has told us no. Like the answer is no. She doesn't want to fight, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? I understand that she's scared. I'm moving on with my career, and I'm happy that she said no. I really didn't want to have to put the pause on her anyway. You know, she wants to be like in the public and keep her name tied to mine because I'm young and popping. But I'm Claressa Shields, and right now it's my time, and she wants to keep her name connected to mine to keep, you know, selling whatever she's selling.
You know, Clout thing, using your name.
It's absolutely Clout.
Do you think she's scared to fight you?
Laila is scared to fight me, and I would be scared to fight me too. I get it.
Now she knows I'm not afraid of her. Nobody is. AB fights at 130 pounds, and she was willing to face her. Franchon gave her a tough fight and has been calling her out ever since. She's 1-1 with Marshall, who's eager for a rematch. Gabriel's dropped her and has been calling her out too. Shadeja Green would be a great matchup, and she's on her hit list. Even MMA champion Chris Cyborg wants to step into the boxing ring to face her. 54-year-old Chevelle Hallback has been issuing challenges. No.
So you want her to fight a 54-year-old? So you trying to Justice League assemble? You trying to call everybody else to the front to argue with her? Oh, I get it. Are y'all making a play to create the Women's Federation of Boxing? Is this some wrestling shit? WWE? Because I know you're not up here calling for backup. You saying she telling a lie. What was a lie? Because what she said was you ain't want to fight and that you said no. So is that part of lie? Because it's given that you scared when you want to bring up everybody else. And even though that one girl may have dropped her, she didn't win the fight. Again, Claressa Shields is undisputed. So you are showing all these women, but they didn't beat her. So they calling her out like she calling you out. So I know you're not really trying to set it up like she's scared of them, like she don't want to answer no call out. I know we're not gonna see that. Because if that's the case, whatever you're about to say about her with these people calling her out, you do realize that directly applies to you. And you edited this? Your team approved this? Or did your team think the viewer audience was just simply that stupid? I just want to know real quick. Anyway, let's see.
Nobody is scared of her.
We're in a generation now where the women fight each other.
Yeah.
We don't duck each other. And back in her generation, that's all she did. So I'm sorry to disappoint you, but that's y'all champion.
Oh, but later that same day, wearing that same outfit, she says this.
She hasn't responded. He hasn't responded, and I feel like the answer is like a no.
All right, I know the lies. She never got an answer. And I know they wanted to create this narrative that I was scared and she lost track of her message points for the day. She says I've been using her name to stay relevant.
You just said, Laila, that they was trying to reach out to you to fight, and he was like, no. It's a no. You ghosted her. That's a no. If you talking shit, you talk about how untalented someone is, how unspecial they are, how, you know, you above it. Yeah, that can be interpreted as you're scared. But you're trying to say she's scared of all those women that you just showed because they trying to call her out and she not responding to them, right? So by definition, you're scared. What we talking about? What we talking about? Claressa ain't never back down. What we talking about? Anyway, let's continue.
Because she's popping and I just want to keep my name attached to hers.
Laila Ali, 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 Laila Ali is Laila Ali, Laila is Laila Ali. And Laila Ali, Laila Ali, but Laila is Laila. Me and Laila, Laila Ali, Laila Ali.
And I didn't respond to her stunts at all.
Now that was cute. That was cute. That was cute, girl. That was cute. Except for because you shown these clips already. And we see her. Right? Because we have eyes and we can see. A lot of those clips that you just put with her saying your name were repeated. They were inverted. They were zoomed in close, zoomed out close. Just like she has all the clips of you saying her name as well. Because we did watch her response to your first video. What we talking about, Laila? Like, this is the problem with women in the black community. I'm not gonna hold you. Why couldn't you simply say, especially as the classy based elder, yeah, we was both talking some mess, I'm kind of over it, listen shorty, I'm never gonna fight you, it is what it is. You're literally doing hit pieces on her to try to minimize her. Because you said you would think about a fight for a certain dollar amount and then you change your mind. You're a woman. You're allowed to change your mind. But damn. Are you mad? Are people actually coming up to you and telling you scared? So your way to show them that you're not scared is talking shit in your house behind the camera? You're gone. Let's continue.
Oh, y'all know? Now you heard her say out her own mouth she was moving on. That I was irrelevant. She didn't need me. She had so much going on, so many fights, so much money to be made. And I thought, great. But here she comes again.
Laila is first on my list. That's what I want first.
Okay.
But me and Laila has had some back and forth for some years now. And
girl, not you taking when people are asking her questions about you like she's still holding on to you. I see how you did that there. You cutting clips off. It's edited to save time. No, it's edited to spin a narrative. And I would respect you more if you just said it was edited to spin a narrative.
to me, there is no question about who the greatest woman of all time is. It's me.
It's you say. Age difference, obviously. 17 years in boxing.
It's me.
It's you say. Age difference.
So Laila retired 24-0. 5'11", 194 pounds, 70.5-inch reach, and she's 47 years old. Claressa Shield is 30, 5'8", 174 pounds, 68-inch reach, and 17 boxing matches, undefeated. Laila, but I thought you said that somebody beat her. Oh, no, you was just talking about the normal mechanics of a boxing match. Oh, you just try to diminish her as if somebody hasn't knocked you on your ass before, because we've all seen it. So she's shorter than you, and she's on track to do better numbers than you, and she weighs less than you did in your prime. I'm just saying real quick. I don't know. I think it would be a great matchup. I think it's pretty evenly matched. And it does give a touch of colorism. It does give a touch of pretty privilege. It does give a little bit of mean girl energy, girl. It's giving. Let's continue.
Obviously, 17 years in boxing is a significant age difference.
I think even Laila Ali in her prime couldn't beat me in the fight. And I think that she is great. You know, I think that she can fight. She's a bigger woman than me. She's taller. As you see, she's 5'11". I'm 5'8", 5'9". And she has, I mean, it say 24-0, but her record is 24-0, 21 knockouts, I believe. My record is 17-0 with, I think, 3 knockouts. Listen, Laila, it's not no hard feelings. I just want to know who the best is. And the only way to figure out who the best is to fight. We ain't got to keep talking. You don't have to keep...
Now, let me put this in perspective. This was before she lost the hope that I might fight her. So she tried to speak more respectfully and polished.
You mean that interview was before the black feather outfit? Huh? You mean you paying things out of sequence, out of order, and out of context to try to spin a narrative? Huh? I don't know real quick. I don't know. I'm ignorant. I don't got no intelligence according to anybody, I guess, apparently, because you must think that you must think people dumb. You must think that people is dumb. Let's continue.
She did what her team told her, but then 2 months later, the mask came off again.
That's not gonna happen.
Come on now, listen.
Did she turn the money down?
She did. Laila Ali is just Muhammad Ali's daughter. And
no, come on, we ain't gonna do that.
No, that is right.
Come on, Laila can rumble though.
She can't rumble like Ann Wolf. I said who's the best from that era. Ann Wolf would have knocked Laila Ali out. You know, she would have knocked Laila oh so pretty ass out. Laila oh so pretty ass out. That's the truth.
Now that was the real her. I've never been concerned with who was regarded as the best or the...
What was the real her? Because she said that girl would have knocked your oh so pretty ass out? What up, Omni? Girl, you sound delusional. Girl, you sound hurt. Girl, you sound like the reason why people never want to meet their heroes. Girl, you sound like the girl was, you know, really impressed with you at one point in life, and then she got to see who you are, and she not impressed no more. And that's okay. It's okay that you're not her favorite anymore. And it's okay that she has more belief in herself than she has in you. She's allowed to. And she's a boxer. Shout out to 600. 600 be on live stream all the time. He run it up. He put his number up there. He be eating his food, going outside, doing whatever he want to do. People talk cash money shit to him all day. He talks cash money shit back all damn day. I think this is the real reason why you retire, because when it comes down to the smack talking, you cannot hang. That girl don't got no real animosity for you, but it's clear that you got some real animosity for her. Yeah, you doing it real demure, real classy, real demure. But that only works to people that are very superficial. To people that's really watching this was just a back and forth that is just accelerated all the way out of control. And unless y'all are promoting a fight, unless you're really trying to track engagements to assess your worth for a bout, you too damn old to be doing this on the internet with this woman. You have whole teenagers. If you've been ignoring her all of this time, keep ignoring her then. Or that saying that you scared. Oh, you scared. Oh, you mad. Oh, you hurt. Oh, you scared. I think you are scared. As you should be. 40 plus years old. You know, you probably go to the gym every day. You still look very nice for your age. Absolutely, you do. But I don't think you have the stamina to go 3 rounds. Most assuredly not 12. And that's okay too. Anyway, let's continue.
Greatest, or who had the most accolades or titles. I really haven't.
You've competed on so many high levels. What's it feel like to be an undefeated champ?
It feels good. I mean, anytime I think you work hard at your skill, you guys know how that is.
Absolutely.
And to be able to reach that level, you know, that peak of being one of the best, it's an amazing feeling. So,
or the best.
Yeah.
Or the best.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm happy just being one of. My father always said he was the best. That wasn't really my thing. My thing is I want to be the best in my weight class. I want to be undefeated, and I want to be a world champion. And those things I attain. So call it what you want to.
Amen.
So, yeah.
But you're mad at Claressa for wanting to be the best in her weight class, right? She's a world champion too. She's undefeated too. She's the best in her class right now too. So what is really the problem? The problem is in your mind. You think you better than her. Shouldn't you just be happy to be one of the best? Just saying real quick. It's given. It's not given.
I will say, becoming a WBC champion, like my father and so many greats before him, was an accomplishment that I will always be proud of. Every female fighter who wins a WBC title receives her belt with my face displayed on it. Now that truly is something special to me. So, did her plan work? Did she make me mad enough to come out of retirement after 18 years and start training again to make her dream of fighting me and having a big payday courtesy of Laila Ali come true? Absolutely not. After years of blatant lies and vile disrespect, making unsolicited negative remarks about me, questioning the legitimacy of my boxing legacy, and having the audacity to cross the line by disrespecting my deceased father, trying to use his name to discredit his daughter.
Listen, Muhammad Ali would never. Her daddy would never. Her daddy would never. Maybe she don't have that in her genes.
She will not be rewarded with the opportunity to share the ring with me or anything else. There's your answer. When I was still active, I held boxing in the highest regard. It's what I did full time. I put all of my energy and focus into it. I wasn't distracted, trying to do a little of this and a little of that. I was locked.
You was disrespecting her. You have disrespected that woman immensely. The fact that you are so full of self-righteous indignation is absolutely disgusting to me. And you hold one WBC women's heavyweight world title. She holds 3 in different weight classes. And her face is on them belts too. So is that really a point? Is that really a point, or is that you just trying to be like, I'm better than you, I'm better than you? It's giving real crazy right now. That's what it's giving. Cause, what is this? Let me pull this up real quick for y'all. Claressa Shield KOs Nikki Adler, wins 2 title belts. She KO'd 1 person and won 2 title belts. Laila Ali, did you knock 1 person out and win 2 belts? I'm just saying real quick. I don't like what you're doing right here. I don't. At all. Not at all. And just so y'all can know that it's real, and I'm not really playing no games with y'all. Just like, I don't like that little slick shit reference that you try to throw either. Because guess what? Y'all see it? I know you see it. I know you see it. Her face is on the belt too. What we talking about for real? See, this is where you lose them brownie points and them cool points because you trying to misrepresent a thing to people that don't know how to do the research on it. Layla, damn. We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. You acted a goddamn donkey.
Locked in, dedicated, disciplined, mastering my craft. I had the best of the best. Excellent trainers, including Buddy McGirt, Roger Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather Sr., who all held me to a very high standard. Boxing is in my DNA, and it will always be my first love.
Yet you quit. You had the world at your feet, the world at your oysters, the best trainers ever, and you quit. So it's not really your first love. Your father, I believe, was your first love. I believe, as all little girls do, you really wanted to impress your father. Of that, there is no question. But I don't think boxing was really your love. I think boxing was something that you did. You had to dedicate all your time to boxing just so you could win, you know what I'm saying, a belt and get your face on the belt. Claressa Shields, all bullshit aside, she does whatever she wants to do. And she's doing a thing. In fact, a lot of people would say she's a female Floyd Mayweather. So if you was trained by Mayweather's dad, then, you know, there's that. Laila. Come on now.
After all this she's put me through, I would never partner or collaborate with her on anything. Now, I've seen some comments from people saying, she's been so quiet, you know, ever since I put out part 1. Maybe she's finally...
Ma'am, allow me to educate you something on YouTube, right? Something in life, really. Every time you mention this woman, you're collaborating with her. And you're so pressed and so bothered about her words. Now, you created a YouTube channel to talk about her. Which means that now you're linked globally for life. Because even if you take down your videos, there's plenty of people that have reviewed it. It's plenty of people that have reacted to it. See, you sitting on the couch over there with your duvet, drinking wine and shit while you do your videos. We know you did multiple videos at one time. We know you got multiple uploads waiting to go. Claressa Shields is active and actually working. So I know you're not about to try to disrespect the fact that she ain't had time to play games with you on social media while she been out here getting a bag. But we finna see. Shout out to Omni. Thank you for the gifts.
Going to take some responsibility and try to do better. But in reality, she's been running her same predictable playbook, misleading and deceiving the public. Her team has been busy trying to clean up the mess she's made over the...
Like what you doing right now? Like what you doing right now? Trying to clean up the mess in Pandora's box that you opened? Because just like we could go and see interviews of her talking about you, we can go and see you having several interviews where you were talking smack on this woman. You ain't been quiet. You just pick and chose where to deposit your bullshit. See, you one of them throw your rock and hide your hands type of people. Claressa Shields don't give a fuck. That's the difference. And then you try to throw your shade in such a way that you try to backpedal and pussy pop and act like what you was doing was not throwing shade when you were. When in fact you were. Y'all make sure y'all double tap the video, subscribe, and share it out. Like, this is low rent. Anyway, let's continue. Like, I'm really annoyed. Like, if I would have watched this earlier today, I wouldn't have even did the live. That's how ass this shit is. Let's continue.
These years, they're literally running paid online ads with old footage of her signing her first contract and touting the Bible. Will she be taking any responsibility for her actions or just keep pretending? The bottom line is, she crossed a line that can never...
Now you trying to dog whistle to the Bible thumpers? Yeah? What about all the people that tout the Bible and get high and get drunk and be doing too much? What about the pastors that be touting the Bible from the pulpit and sleeping with their church members, yeah? What are we talking about for real? Are you, Laila Ali, above reproach? Are you without sin? Since you want to talk about Christianity so hard, judge not, lest ye be judged by the same manner that you judge others. And clean the log out of your own eye before you try to clean the speck out of your brothers or your sisters in this case. Are you serious, Laila? You get it's a whole fucking joke. You're a joke. Let's continue. Now, I expected better than this, bitch.
Never be uncrossed. She showed me and the world who she really is. And like Maya Angelou said, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Now, just as I told her many years ago when she reached out to me for advice and I gave it to her freely, I encouraged her to build a brand on integrity and respect and surround herself with good people.
Laila Ali told me to build my brand, a good brand, and a brand that I want to represent and stand for. And she said, have good people behind me who I trust, Laila Ali.
As a boxer, I was unapologetically confident and I believed I couldn't be beaten. And I proved it every time I stepped into the ring. As an entrepreneur, I've consistently carried that same mindset forward through the brand and the businesses that I've built from the ground up. Let's get real laser focused for a moment.
So are you trying to say that she is not? Because it's not the way that you would do it? See, here's one thing about business and branding and brands. You don't get the right to tell somebody else about the integrity of their brand if you don't sit on their board. The decisions and the moves that someone makes customer facing is not your business. So now you're trying to impugn her integrity in business because she's not sitting on boring ass talk shows, because she's not going on cooking TV Food Network and shit like that. Really, Laila? She's tapped into a different demographic. Your demographic is a very much older crowd. Older, like 40 plus, which is fine. Her demographic is not. Her demographic is 18 to 35. What you want her to be doing, a knitting corner? What we talking about? This is the same group of young women that like Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, Glorilla. What are we talking about? This is elitism. This is classism. This is colorism. And this is you really just trying to hate on this woman because she's talking this shit. I got little sisters. I got people underneath of me that talk shit all the time. I refuse to give them this much attention. Like, you doing really the most. Let's continue. Thank God it's only 6 minutes to go.
All started back in 2018 when I went on The Breakfast Club to promote my cookbook. Her record was 8-0 with 2 knockouts. Now remember, she and I were on good terms at the time. I even mentioned her and said nice things about her. Now during the interview, I was asked, would I make a comeback to boxing? I said I wasn't planning on making a comeback and I didn't feel there was anyone out there who would give me a real challenge. That's how I felt. Well, she heard that and got in her feelings because she felt that I should see her as a challenge.
You know, her saying, oh, there's not nobody good enough at 168, my weight class, that could give her a challenge when I'm the number 1 in my weight class. And, you know, I'm just like, you know, nah. Like, I'm the best female boxer that I've ever seen. And, you know, if Laila Ali wants to come back, we can rumble. We can go. You're not going to come back and beat me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this can happen. You know, I just don't like the disrespect. I never used her name to try to be like, you know, try to call her out of retirement. It's basically like she talking about she come out of retirement. She just gonna beat me if she decided to. And people think that I started.
But Laila, you're admitting right here that you started it. You started it. Whether intentionally or unintentionally, you started it. And instead of being a bigger woman and saying, hey, you know what? Girl, I don't know why you took it like that. That wasn't about you. I'm just talking my stuff, child. It ain't that serious. You let it go on and you let it fester. You was playing hating from the sidelines, from the door. Let's continue.
How did the relationship sour?
She goes on this interview and says, oh, I would come out of retirement, but there's no one good enough to give me a challenge.
So the one thing we both agree on is how this started. Now let me tell you why I didn't see her as a challenge.
So then you admitting, yes, tell us why you came out and just disrespected that girl. You admitting that you started it. Now you gonna tell us why you felt the type of way. So was she wrong? Was she wrong when she said, oh, it was disrespect? Oh, she was throwing shots at me. Because in your last video, you was trying to act like she didn't know what the hell she was talking about. And you was never throwing no shots at her. And it was never no disrespect. And you always revered her. And it wasn't this. And it wasn't that. And it wasn't this. And it wasn't that. And she was set tripping. But what it really was is that Detroit, and a shout out to the 313. So the shady bitch in you. Let's continue.
At the time, I had been retired from boxing about 11 or 12 years, 24-0, 21 knockouts, 5 world titles, right? I literally retired from boxing because I ran out of competition. It's public information. I would have to be inspired to make a comeback, and I didn't see anybody out there that I was inspired by, including her. I know she's an Olympic gold medalist, but let's not forget, in Olympic boxing, you're going up against amateurs, not professionals. I saw her fight as an amateur and I saw her fight as a professional, and I didn't feel that she would be competition for me. In fact, you know what? Let her tell you exactly what I mean.
First of all, if you're supposed to be friendly with someone and they feel disrespected, I know you just came in the room, so I'm gonna give you grace for like 30 seconds. Intentionally or unintentionally, she disrespected her. She started the shit off. So, you know what? We're not even doing this. So, if you say something like that, and the person that you say something like that to feels disrespected, that was looking up to you as a mentor, she could have had this same conversation with her back then in 2018. See, it's disrespect to even feel like somebody needs to train or go harder and you don't say nothing to them and keep talking shit on their name as if they are seeing something from the wrong lens. Claressa said, oh, she was throwing that towards me. She doesn't feel like I'm a challenge for her, and I feel disrespected. She just said, I didn't see her as a challenge, which means Claressa Shields' feelings are in fact validated. That girl wasn't stupid. She picked up what this lady was putting down. Well, yeah, I mean, but at the point that she said she felt disrespected, Taj, is what I'm saying. That's why I said intentionally or not. Intentionally or not. If she felt the type of way, she should have said whatever she wanted to say. She's an OG popping her shit. Claressa Shields is a young G popping her shit. But you can't sit there and tell the girl that she didn't pick up what you was putting down when that's exactly what you was putting down. That's the disrespectful part of it. The disrespectful part is trying to gaslight somebody that you weren't saying a thing when you were saying a thing. I think if Laila Ali would have ever at any point said, yeah, I really didn't see her as a challenge, when it popped off, this would have been a dead issue a long time ago. You agree, low-key, but I just went to IG. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't have went to IG with it either, but, you know, we're growner. We're growner than that. So we talking about 2018. That would have made her 22. A 22-year-old young woman that is ambitious, coming up in the world, looking up to this lady, looking up to this lady. And she throwing shots on the Breakfast Club. You're not even part of the game, and you're literally saying that this girl not really worth shit. And then she gaslit her for the past 8 years to try to play the victim. Nah, we're not respecting that. We're not respecting that. Because this whole entire time, she's like, I don't even know. I don't even know. The girl's just obsessing me. She just want to fight. No, she wants to fight you because she heard what you said. She knew what you meant. And then you played in her face like you didn't mean what you said. Like a scary bitch. Laila. And then you really think you're doing your big one. Coming down here and saying, well, this is why I didn't see her as a challenge. Nobody care why you ain't see her as a challenge. Honey, you're entitled to have whatever opinion that you want to have about this woman. You entitled not to see it for her. You was entitled not to think that she would ever whip your ass. But as a human being, as a mother, as a professional, as an entrepreneur that has so much integrity, you don't sit there and tell somebody that that's not what you were saying and they was taking your words out of context, because she's even said it in this video that she's taking her words out of context and then give context to what you say, and then the context you give be exactly what the fuck the girl thought. Let's continue.
You mentioned you would knock Breakus out.
Yes, I would.
You only have 2 knockouts in 10 fights.
Yep.
Why is that?
Because women only go too many rounds.
All of the women who have been collecting knockouts got them in 2-minute rounds.
That's the main reason. As you've seen from my last fight, me turning pro with only 10 fights, you have to learn how to fight as a professional fighter. And when I came from the amateurs to the pros, I thought everything was the same. I'm like, I'm gonna do the same stuff I did in the amateurs. But training with Coach John David showed me that amateur boxing compared to professional boxing and punching is completely different. Amateur boxing compared to professional boxing and punching is completely different. These last what, 2 years, he has shown me so much. And from when you see my fight against Hammer, we only worked together for maybe 6 months. And then you see my fight with Habazine, just the body shots, how I can pick my shots now, how powerful and sharp I am. All that had to be changed. So when it comes to the knockouts, one, I've stunned every girl I've ever boxed against out of my 10 fights. Toward the end of the round, middle of the round, but when they only have to get beat up for 2 minutes and then go back and rest for a minute, it's not enough time for me to break them down some more.
She's still trying to learn how to put her punches together and fight like a professional.
But she's learning. And she looked to you as a mentor, which means not only did you not see her as a challenge, a young woman that has so much love and so much attention for you that you was giving such good advice for, you didn't give her no advice to work on her professional style? And now you're trying to belittle her, diminish her, because here's the gag and the drag of it all. Without her being professionally trained to professionally box, she's still 17-0, and she still won 2 belts, 1 fight. She still has multiple belts in multiple weight classes. So damn, you're right. Shout out, let's celebrate Claressa Shields. Because if she done did all of that without proper professional training, and she's only 30 now, my God, today, I cannot wait to see the greatness that she will achieve. But let's listen to this self-aggrandizing woman continue to talk.
I've been knocking opponents out since my pro debut, my very first fight. I have more knockouts than she has wins. She started all of this with me because
You have more knockouts than she has wins, but you quit. You have more knockouts than she has wins, but you trained with Muhammad Ali, Mayweather, and a whole bunch of other people. I wonder what your boxing would have looked like if you went to the Olympics first and then you went to the professionals. So we're not going to act like you had a whole bunch of amateur fights and then you went to the professionals. Like literally you were trained to go to the professionals. So it shouldn't have been shit to be scared of her to box with her. I think what really scared Laila Ali about Claressa Shields is this. Claressa Shields is a beast. She's hungry. And she wants it. So without all the extra pomp and circumstance, she's out here doing her thing. And I did like both of them at the start of this, but I mean, I probably still, you know, I'll probably sleep on it and see it for Laila again one day. But I don't respect this offering. I don't respect this offering. Because you're not going to diminish that young woman and all that she had accomplished without not even a tenth of your backing. Without not even a tenth of your money. And gaslighter. So you talking all this shit now, right? 8 years later. But when she said all of that to you, let's keep it a stack. Grown woman shit. You could have said all of this that you saying right now when she said all of that initially. Little girl, you don't got enough skill set. Little girl, you got to transition to professional boxing. Little girl, I'll beat you up. But I think you were scared that even without that professional training, she would have still gotten that ring and gave you a run for your money. And they would have made you look crazy. Because ain't no way you talking all this cash money shit. Hey, girl, let's continue.
I didn't see her as a challenge for me. Here we are in 2025, and she's only added one more knockout. She's still trying to learn how to throw her punches and fight like a professional.
I think that I'm so good that I'm hard on myself because I should be knocking these girls out. If I can go in there and win unanimous decisions, I'm always asking myself after the fight, why didn't you get the knockout? How come didn't the knockout come? I got all the skills and the power and everything. I just have to figure it out and put it all together. I would have knocked her out. I really want to become the full potential fighter that I want to be. Like, I think people now, like, you know, you talking about full potential, you got 13 real titles, like, how much more greater can you be? Just like, I can start sleeping people, you know? I can get some knockouts on my record.
Yeah, she can knock me out.
Girl. So, I can't. So, Claressa Shields is the only female boxer to hold all 4 major titles. WBA, WBC, IBF, WBO in 3 weight classes. She's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. Fastest to win titles in 5 divisions. What Laila Ali got? Now she do got a knockout rate, but she only held super middleweight titles in WBC, WIBA, IWBF, and an IWBF light heavyweight title. Like, come on now. We're not gonna act like there's not boxing matches where technical skill supersedes knockout power. See, here's the thing about knockouts. Now, for those of you that don't know, I used to date a professional boxer. In order to actually knock someone out, you gotta land that punch. You cannot land the punch when somebody has enough technical skill to evade you. See, that's that footwork. See, that's them body shots. What we do know is Claressa Shields actually has a lot of stamina in the ring. From Laila Ali's own mouth. She ain't getting no knockouts. She got that stamina. She got way more belts than you do. She's a world champion. She's a gold medalist. She grinding out here. And all you have is them knockouts. Were they real knockouts? Let's get into it. Let's get messy for a moment. Let's get messy for a moment about the Worldwide Federation of Boxing. A lot of fights are thrown. A lot of fights are set up before the boxers even get into the match. I don't know, kid. I don't know. Full of self-righteous indignation. I don't know. I've seen some people take some dives and shit. But, you know. I'm not saying that Laila was out here paying people to take dives or nothing. See how that gaslighting shit works? Let's continue.
Now maybe someday she'll discover her own identity and who she is truly meant to be without riding my coattails or the...
Girl, shut the fuck up. She is not riding your coattails. You're mad because your identity is, you know, a Stepford housewife, and her identity is she doing what she want to do. She's literally doing whatever it is that she wants to do. That don't have nothing to do with you. But we have seen several interviews throughout the year where you keep bringing up her name. So if 2018 you felt like she wasn't shit, why have you been consistently bringing up her name since 2018? Why have you been consistently feeding the tropes and the rumors? Why did you in 2024 throw out a number to fight the girl? See, you got to start being introspective and self-reflective. What is it about this little girl from Detroit that's smaller than you, that ain't shit to you, that can't knock you out, that can't do shit to you, that got you so insecure that you acting like the teenagers that you raising? I will wait. Let's continue.
The Ali name. I am one of one, and this lane is closed. I did this all myself. There's no camera crew here. There's no script writer. There's no hair and makeup. It's just me and my iPhone and my ring light. My setup. It was worth the simple gesture of creating a free YouTube page and Instagram page where I can house this content so the truth can live right alongside all the lies that have been spread all these years. I'm not monetizing my pages. This was never about a fight for me. If I would have simply said I wasn't going to fight her in the beginning, no one would have listened to the truth about what's really been going on all these years. I want the same media and blogs and content creators who are exposed to the lies to also see the truth. That's why I released my answer in this format. Thank you for watching and much love to you all.
Girl, stop. Girl, stop. Stop the cap. Just cut it out. Just cut it out. You wanted some of the social media hype. You wanted the residual funding from social media traffic. And that's okay. It's okay for you to want that. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? I didn't want to tell you guys that I wasn't going to fight her because I wanted you guys to watch all my content. I'm going to give you an honest review. I mean, I've been giving it to you the whole entire show, but I'm going to give you my final thoughts honestly. Honestly, what you've done with part 1 and part 2 is you showed yourself to be a narcissist. You've shown that you did gaslight that girl. You've shown that you've gone out of your way to diminish her. You've shown that you're a mean girl. You've shown that you took adoration to mean eternal worship. And once she stopped feeding you and giving you adoration, that you were willing to unleash the claws on her. It's really kind of sad. It almost would be better if you guys were having a fight, because then at least it would all make sense. There's plenty of ways, and you have the right to choose whatever way you want to choose to answer and respond to anything. But please, let's not pretend like, oh, I want this to live amongst the lies. Because you know she's going to clap back to part 2 as well. And then you're going to do a part 3? You're going to say you don't have a team and you don't have cameras and all this and all that, which is cool, but the girl always walks around with the team because on top of boxing, she's a social media influencer. So now you're gonna shame her for having editors and camera people? Really? That's sad, Brody. That is very sad. I don't really get it. Like, I think it's kind of tacky as hell. But, you know, I wish Laila Ali all the success and whatever it is that she wants to, I don't know, get from this. Because in 2 days, Clarissa's video got 104,000 views. I'm just saying real quick. Claressa Shield has almost 200,000 subscribers. And she be doing this all the time. Claressa Shields does this for fun. And we're not going to act like every video that Claressa Shields does, she does it with her whole camera crew or anything like that. She be from her iPhone all the time. She puts up all type of content. She's just a regular schmegular girl. I don't like what you try to do to her. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. All because you gaslit that girl. And you just simply refuse to own it. Even how you try to spin it now. You couldn't be woman enough to say, I was wrong. I gaslit her. I acted like I didn't do a thing when I did a thing. Nah, you don't get no points for that. That was some trash shit. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next one. Please be sure to subscribe, share it out, and, you know, tell an enemy, tell a friend. I don't care. Love y'all. Bye.